Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm answering a question today that has to do with arpeggios. I got a couple of emails asking me to do something with arpeggios, and I got a question that said, how do I write a riff that has, the notes have some distance to them so it doesn't sound like I'm playing a scale? Well, the use of arpeggios would help you there. An arpeggio is, it's an Italian musical term. It's a broken chord. You're going to play the notes of a chord in sequence one at a time. So, an arpeggio for a C major chord, you would just play each note individually, the 1, the 3, and the 5. Major 7 arpeggios are used a little more, I guess. There's more notes to play with. So you got 4 notes, the 1, 3, the 5, and the 7. So you're just playing every other note, basically. All right, so in order to do arpeggios or to write arpeggios, of course you have to have an understanding of how a chord is built, just how each individual note makes a chord, and then be able to apply those notes all over the neck. So if you need to, go back to the lesson archives and find the lessons that have to do with constructing a chord and knowing the notes on the neck. Okay, so that's first. All right, this riff we're going to do, I have a backing track for it because it really needs to be in a musical context. I haven't done this before, but I'm going to start doing it because when you learn a riff or you write a riff, you need to have some kind of a musical context to it so you know how to apply it in real life. And that's, a riff without any kind of musical context, it's just a riff. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. You need to know how to, of course, apply it. So the backing track, the chords that we're going to play are just a C major 7 and an F major 9, which all that is, it's kind of, an easy way to do it is to think of it as a C suspended with an F in the bass. So you have, I'm using my thumb there, third finger right there on C, pinky there on F, leaving the G open, hitting a C with my first finger, and then an open E. That is the 1, the 3, the 5, the 7, and the 9. I'm sorry, it doesn't have a 3. It's just a 1, 5, 7, 9. So those are the chords. Now, we're going to do a couple of things with these chords. First, I'm going to show you a riff, C major 7 arpeggio, and then what that's going to do, we're going to end by strumming the F major 9 chord. So here's the riff. If you're lucky, you can get this little pinched harmonic here. So that's what we do. We just kind of start with C and then end with an F, because we're going from the C major 7 chord into the F major 9, and so you want to be able to land where the rhythm guitar is. You know what I mean? Another cool thing that you can do with arpeggios, and we're going to try this with the F chord, is just real simply, I love it when Steve Vai does this. It's kind of a Steve Vai riff, is when we're going to play something like this, where you go, and really what that's doing is I'm just hitting the 1 and then the 5 twice. See, I'm changing fingers because I'm going to be going up the neck. And then we're going to hit a G, that's our 9, and then hit the C, it's our 5 again, and back to G. So we're just hitting the 1, the 5, and the 9. You can really take that up really anywhere. Hit the 7 right there, So then you're doing kind of an arpeggio in kind of a different sort of way. Kind of cool. So we're going to try that too. Here's some of this stuff kind of in the musical context along with the backing track. right, so here it is up close. Now, this is just the riff in its basic form. The phrasing is going to change a little bit when you apply this to a musical context. The notes are going to change just depending on how you're approaching the song at the time. The cadence of the melody is going to be a little different, just where you decide to put emphasis, what notes you decide to play faster than others. But here it is, basic form, and I'll just call the numbers out to you as they relate to our arpeggio. Again, we're sticking with 1, 3, 5, and 7 to stay true to the C major 7 thing. So starting with 1, go to 3, 5, 7, slide up to the 1, the octave, with the 3rd finger, and then with the 4th finger, you're going to hit 3, slide up to 5, pull off to 3, 2nd finger is going to hit 7. Very important, the fingering, just to make everything flow nicely. Hit the 7th, slide up to 3, hit 1, 5, slide to 3, 7, slide down to 5. Now we're going to go outside of the arpeggio a little bit and hit an A, or the 6. Pull back off to the 5, the G, and then hit the 3, the E, and then it's a slur, it's a quick slide, down to C, and grabbing the F to get into the next chord. Here it is again. Okay, so there's a little bit on arpeggios. We barely scratched the surface with it. There's a lot you can do. Along with the tabs, with the C major 7 and the F major thing, you can also download the backing track. Use that at your leisure. It is not copyrighted because it's 2 chords. You can't copyright a chord progression. So play with that. You know, come up with some backing tracks of your own. You know, get a sequencer. Those are awesome tools. You know, get a digital recorder, something to record a musical backing track, so that you can use that in your playing. It's going to be super helpful because then you're in a musical context. With the tabs, make sure you're paying attention to your fingerings, because you need these riffs to work under your fingers a certain way and to be nice and smooth and with minimal effort. All right. So if you have any questions, raise your hand. I'll see you next week.